it's Indrani with The Effortless Life, and I am so excited today to cut you this video to talk about positive inspired action. Now, before we get into it, I want to tell you what that means to me. Positive inspired action is that action that you take that you know is going to get the results that you want. It is the best return on investment. It's being able to take action and be confident that this is going to get, what you want. It's aligned to your passion, and it's going to get you to your goals the quickest way possible. So with positive inspired action, there's 3 steps that you can take to make this happen for you. And you can do these 3 steps today. It's amazing and it's simple and it's perfect. So step number 1 is get clear. And this is so important, especially these days when we have so many things on our plate. We have social media, we have just a million things that enter our mind. So we've got to take time and clear our thoughts and be able to be present in the situation and present in life. And when we're able to do that, then we can see and hear and be aware of the inspiration that happens to us all the time. Now, the inspiration can happen, when you're getting clear. I love doing it during meditation. And if you're not into meditation, or if you tried it and it didn't work for you, I would love for you to check out my blog post on The Effortless Life Rocks about how I got into meditation. I didn't feel it in the beginning, and then I figure out, I kind of navigate through the process, and now I love it, and it's part of my regular process. So meditation is really magical and a really easy, effortless way to get clear. So once you're clear, you'll be able to be aware of the inspiration that hits you. It can hit you during meditation. It could be when you're having a conversation with a friend. It could be on the way to your work. It can happen anywhere. And so just make sure that you spend time every day to get clear so you can be aware of when inspiration hits you. And as soon as it does, you got to do step number 2 immediately, which is write it down. You know how sometimes you'll get an idea or somebody will say something and you're like, it's a catalyst and it sparks this really great excitement inside, and it can give you butterflies in your stomach, or it can kind of give you goosebumps and make you feel warm and fuzzy. Has that happened to you? That happens to me so many times. And then I'll talk about it. I may talk to friends about it, and then nothing really happens and it dies out. And then a year later, I'm like, oh yeah, I thought about that idea, but nothing really happened with it. Well, that's when we get inspiration, but we don't act on it. So when you do step number 2 and you write it down, you start the creation process, and it's freaking amazing. So once you write it down, you go immediately into step number 3, which is to write 3 action steps that you can take immediately, like that moment, to move it forward. You see, when you're in that inspiration state and you feel amazing, kind of euphoric, like an orgasm, you've got to take action in that moment, and that action is your inspired action. So write it down and take some action, whether it's following up on something, whether it's contacting someone for resources, whether it's, writing down a quick plan, whatever that may be, take action immediately. And once you do, you'll get a very quick sense on, are you getting quick responses? The responses, are they positive? Are you able to move things forward pretty easily after taking action? And if you're able to do those things, you'll know that it's positive inspired action, and it's going to catapult you to where you want to be. It's going to align with your highest self and your passions, and it's going to engage you and give you energy. So that's it. Number 1, get clear. Number 2, write it down when you get the inspiration. And number 3 action steps and take action immediately. And it's simple, and I think that's the most amazing thing about it. It's the simple things in life. So I am an example kind of gal, so I would love to share my example with you that happened to me the other night. So in my business, The Effortless Life, I do different things. I'm a transformational coach. and I help women through breakthroughs create a life that they truly love. I do speaking events where I inspire women to live a life full of passion, love, vitality, and be able to fulfill their mission and create a life they wouldn't trade with anyone else on the planet. And the third thing I do is I have an online boutique to feed my creative side. I used to be an interior designer and a style expert, and I love being able to help women reflect their inside on the out. And I love being able to give them confidence and transform their lives through style. So all of these things kind of have the same common denominator, is to be a catalyst for women to create inspired action. So the other night, I was really thinking about, what I need to do to take my boutique to the next level. So I started doing meditation and I got into a meditative state. And then all of a sudden, a conversation I had a few days ago with my good friend Matt Moss, who is a marketing director at Oakley, we were talking about my boutique. And he made a simple comment to say, Indrani, it's time for a photo shoot. You need to get models and do a photo shoot. Now, at the time, I was like, oh, that's a great idea, great. And then, life happened and, we're hanging out and conversation changed and, I forgot about it. But when I was in my meditative state, that came up again for me. And as soon as I got out of my state, I did the second thing and I wrote it down. And then after I wrote it down, I started getting like the butterflies in my stomach, and I started getting goosebumps, and it was freaking amazing. It was magical. And then I went immediately into step 3, and I wrote down action steps that I could take right then while I was in my inspired state to take action. So the first thing I did was I started texting, my friends that are in the local area that I thought would be amazing for the clothing that I have in my boutique. And instantaneously, within 20 minutes, I had 6 models that are so excited for this opportunity. And their excitement gave me even more fuel and more positive energy and excitement and passion about my project. The next thing I did was I started thinking about dates and location, and it just started coming together. I was taking action, but I knew I was taking the right, positive, inspired action, and things were just happening magically. It was like the universe was supporting me, and my friends and my network were supporting me in this, and I know that this is the right decision and the right action to take at this time in this part of my business, because it feels so good and I have so much confidence in being able to do it, and I'm trusting in the inspiration that I received. So the ball's rolling. I have photographers and makeup artists that are signing on to this project, and it really is going to take my business to the next level. And it is just such a weight off of my shoulder that I don't have to think about it anymore, and I know what I need to do next. So I'm hoping that helped you, and I'm hoping that you'll be able to take this and start taking your own positive, inspired action in your life. Whether it's in your lifestyle, if there's changes you want to make in your food or working out or, doing self-care. If it's in your career or your business or your relationships, you can do this in any aspect of your life, and just take those 3 steps. Get clear, write it down when inspiration hits you, and write down 3 action steps and take action immediately while you are in that state, and things will happen for you. So I would love to hear your comments, and I would love to be able to help you along your journey, celebrate your victories, and if you have any challenges, I would love to be there supporting you along the way. So comment below, let me know your experiences, and until next time, I'm sending you love, light, and positive vibrations. I'll see you next time. This is Indrani with The Effortless Life.